Parkour has been around for quite some time now, roughly 20 years, and over that time, the sport has changed quite a lot. From this to this. And to be honest, most of the changes that happen to the parkour world are because of videos. So today we're having a training session in St. Albans with the crew, and today we're going to talk about the 10 videos that changed parkour forever. Right, I'm not going to train for a minute, I'm going to talk to my camera. Right, video number 1. Before we get any further into the video, I must give a shout out to our sponsor, Vite Ramen. Vite Ramen is a nutritional ramen company set up by a team of freerunners, which is why they are the perfect sponsor for my channel. These things are seriously perfect. After a day of training, I come home, edit a video, and eat one of these. I'll leave a code here to 10% off. It really helps me out when you guys use that. Anyway, back to the video. Storm Free Run, Volume 1. If you're in the parkour world, you probably saw this one coming, but I have to talk about it. And it's going to be the first video in this list. Storm Free Run Volume 1 came out in 2010. And I think arguably this is the most iconic video ever made. Despite the movement being incredible, the thing that makes this video so iconic isn't actually the movement. What made this video so iconic was the cinematography. At the time this video came out, people weren't filming parkour videos like this. You see, Storm Volume 1 came out in 2010. At the time, parkour videos looked like this. I mean, they looked cool. They were kind of like skateboarding videos, you know, with the fisheye, shot on a camcorder. People didn't really focus on making their videos look amazing. Storm Volume 1 came along and totally changed that. It was filmed by Claudia Voicu, who is now quite a well-known filmmaker in the filmmaking world. After this video came out, literally every video tried to be Storm Volume 1. People bought better cameras, every video had widescreen bars on it, and every video started being edited to these like inspirational electronic songs. This video not only changed how people edited their videos, but it kind of redefined what a parkour team was. They made parkour and being a freerunner look cool to the rest of the world. Everyone wanted to be Storm. I've personally probably rewatched Storm Volume 1 at least 20 times, at least. A truly iconic video that definitely deserves a place on this list. These have been playing with my brain a little bit lately, so I'm gonna try and get it. Look how nice these are. Oh man. That's it. Video number 2 comes from Denmark. This video came out in 2015, and I would say it's a bit of a forgotten gem. This video is Swings 101 by Jammer RO. Swings 101 basically showed the world how far a human can throw their body doing a lache. Like, some of these laches are insane. And I think even to this day, 5 years on, people don't lache at the level that Jim and Joe did all the way back in 2015. The way this video changed parkour is quite a specific one. Prior to Swings 101, people did do laches, like laches were popular, but Swings 101 took them to another level of popularity. After this video came out, so many athletes were like, I need to get better at laches. And from like 2015 to 2017, we would start to see a massive increase in people getting better at laches. Despite this video being a little bit niche, this is still an incredibly important video in the parkour world. Spot clear out, spot clear out. Get out.
Is this enough room?
You can get 2 more down there. Yeah. Yes, lad. Video number 3. This video comes from America, unfortunately from a channel that doesn't really do too much these days. And that video is called Myrmidons. 6 years ago in 2014, a team by the name of Myrm released their iconic video, Myrmidons. It's a strange name and I struggle to say it, but what made Myrmidons such an iconic video is one thing in particular.
True hippie.
And that is descents. What I mean by descents is specifically one move. I call that move a drop descent. Some people have different names for it. A drop descent is essentially, you're hanging from a level, you let go and you land on another one. This single move changed parkour entirely. The creation of this move led to people being able to drop from a top story of a car park or something like that to the bottom story within seconds. Nowadays, it's a fairly common move. I've even done a couple myself, nothing that impressive. But at the time of its invention, it totally blew people's minds. Freerunners like Joe Scandrick got very popular for some of their really iconic drop descents. Myrmidons also sort of put American parkour on the map. I know some people are going to get a little bit insulted by this, but at the time, Americans weren't seen as being particularly incredible at parkour. I mean, nowadays, some of the best athletes are American, but at the time, there weren't so many incredible freerunners coming out of America. Myrmidons changed that impression. Along with the drop descent, Myrmidons also brought back a focus on pure parkour, like A to B parkour. The focus in the parkour world was largely on how big you can do a jump. It wasn't really on getting from one place to the other as quickly as you can. This video really just brought that style and arguably what is the definition of parkour back into focus, which perfectly leads us on to the next video. You want to get your outside foot ready? It's all on the hips, baby. Yeah. And that video is Cavemen of the Concrete by Stora. So carrying on from that last video, Cavemen of the Concrete did a very similar thing and popularized A to B pure parkour. The video came out 2 years after Myrmidons and had took pure A to B parkour to a whole nother level. This video was full of long lines of just rugged, insane parkour. This video, along with Myrmidons, really brought back pure parkour. And not only did this video impact how people did parkour, it also changed how people filmed parkour. The whole video was shot far away on iPhones with no cuts. That last bit is a really important detail. In 2016, videos were shot still in that kind of Storm Freerun style. Very cinematic, with lots of cuts, nice transitions, things like that. However, Cavemen of the Concrete changed that. They made this video with the specific purpose of just wanting to display and document pure parkour. They didn't want any fancy cuts or transitions, they just wanted to show it for what it is. And ever since this video, the parkour world has changed. People film stuff in longer takes now, they don't cut the camera as much. This video is personally my favorite on this list. I absolutely love this video. I've watched it so many times, and I just love so much what this video done to the sport. It really showed parkour for what it is, and didn't use any camera trickery to make it look more impressive than it needed to. Cool. My butt is still hurting from that bail. Oh. Okay, so for this next video, it took me a little while to decide what I wanted to choose. I knew I wanted to feature a video from Daniel Ilabaka, but there's so many iconic videos from him. I'd love to put them all on this list, but literally we'd be here all day. However, the video I've chose to go with came out in 2009 and was called Choose Not to Fall.
It's nothing and it's everything. The adventure is not knowing what's going to happen next.
Like, there are so many great videos from this era, especially of Danny, but this one is different to all the others. This video didn't particularly focus on the movement. It didn't even focus on like the banter of being a freerunner or anything like that. This video focused on philosophy.
Parkour as a tool is so powerful and it can change so many people's lives, really. So
some people might see this as a little bit corny, but I think this aspect of parkour is super important, and nowadays people kind of overlook it a little bit. Parkour has given so many people, including myself, a lot of meaning in our lives. And Choose Not to Fall just highlighted that. It talked about what it meant to be a freerunner and why we do it. And I really love this video. Like, looking back on it, I know some people see this as a corny video, it's a cheesy one, but the amount of people, even to this day, that quote things that Danny said in that video is impactful.
Parkour is a tool that can be used for so much good, you know what I mean?
Danny was like one of the first kind of big people that I ever saw training. And then to see him speaking in a more philosophical way about parkour and how like that could, you know, depict the rest of your life and like how you can live your life. And I watched that video and I was like, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do. 10 years later.
Still here.
Still here.
Big up, Danny.
Big up.
We're gonna get a nice coffee.
Nice coffee.
Hey mango and passion fruit for you guys.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
great day.
Goodbye.
See you
See
guys.
ya. Very nice. Video number, I think we're on 6. Video number 6 is Out of Time by Oleg Vorslav. This video came out in 2009 now, so this video is 11 years old, which is insane to think. Oleg Vorslav is one of the most creative freerunners in the world. Like, even to this day, he still creates incredible lines that just people don't think of doing, other than Oleg. Out of Time came out in an era of parkour where people focused on things like big roof gaps, big cap precisions, generally just big and impressive jumps. Oleg's attitude to parkour, or probably more accurately freerunning, was totally different. Out of Time just showed a completely unique style of training. Oleg kind of mixes dance with parkour. You can tell he has some kind of breakdancing background. You see it in the video, he's doing a bit of breakdancing. He incorporates that into his parkour. The whole edit was really fun. It had like this upbeat style to it in the music and just the way he cut the clips together. The video was just a breath of fresh air. From this video, people started to think about how to be more creative in their movement. So many people learned how to do creative bar work from this video, improve their flow, and just focus on things that weren't just big, massive jumps. In this video, Oleg is just so naturally comfortable in his movement. You could tell half the time he would just make it up on the spot, and he would just react to things and let his mistakes shape new lines and new creative movement. It was incredible to watch, and truly an iconic video. That was a demonstration of how exactly you don't want to land. Yeah, that would have been. Boom! Video number 7 is one of my favourite videos ever. This video came out in 2012. This video is Blue Shorts Massive. I'll get demonetized if I play the real song, but the song in this is such a banger. This video really stood out at the time it came out. It came out in 2012, so lots of videos in the parkour world were looking like Storm Volume 1. This video came out and it was just upbeat, it was happy, it was fun, it was exciting. I mean, if you didn't notice, they're wearing blue shorts throughout the whole video, hence the name. All that aside, Blue Shorts Massive brought about the Dive Kong era. After this video, literally everyone was doing dive kongs. Like, I kid you not, I probably spent a year of my training just doing dive kongs after this video. And so did everyone in the parkour scene. Unfortunately, the blue shorts thing didn't catch on. You didn't see everyone training in blue shorts, which would have been interesting to say the least, but everyone did start doing dive kongs. And not only the dive kongs, just the jumps in this video, some of them had only been done by a handful of people. Go. 360 prees have existed for a long time, but I've never given it any time to learn, so finally getting there, starting to understand it.
Yeah, that's it.
Hold on.
So I turned it to like my butt's pointing at it almost.
I get it, Greg. I get it. There it is. Happy with that, getting there. So not only did the batteries on my camera die, but my SD card got full as well. Video number 8. This video comes from 2012 by a team named Gup, and it is called Critical.
Everybody knows things are bad.
This video alone didn't necessarily change parkour, but it acted as a figure piece for this era in parkour. Between 2012 and 2014 was a really interesting time in parkour. Lots of freerunners got really into this kind of traveling around the world, live for the moment type attitude. I cannot tell you the amount of freerunners that ended up just buying backpacks, sleeping bags, hammocks, and traveling all around Europe because of videos like Critical and many others that existed in this era. As I've grown up, the whole kind of live for the moment thing doesn't impact me in the same way. But back in 2012, it really did. And for many freerunners, this was a big part of their life. Video number 9 comes from the Motus Projects, and it is called Resurgence. It was only a matter of time before I was going to bring up Resurgence, but here it is at number 9. Resurgence by Motors Projects changed parkour in London. As I've spoken about in past videos, parkour in London used to be like booming. People from all over the world would travel to London to do parkour and train at some of the most iconic spots in the parkour world. However, parkour in London took a massive dive when some of the most iconic spots were destroyed. I will link my video London's War on Parkour in the description if you want to learn more about that story. After this all happened, parkour in London was dead. Resurgence brought parkour back to London. The video showcased spots in London that people just didn't know existed. And not only did it show off new spots, this video set the bar for parkour. Like, the skill level of parkour was pretty much defined in Resurgence. The obvious flip precision to a rail that Max Barker did was an absolute game changer. But not only that, so many other moments in this video just showed the world where parkour was at in 2017. I'm not going to bang on about this video for too long, as I have talked about it in past videos, but I'll make sure to link those in the description. So now for my final video, video number 10. Drum roll. This is Stora.
This is actually called We Are Stora, but I proceeded to call it This Is Stora for the whole video, so you're going to have to put up with that.
Why have I not said Roof Culture Asia? Why have I not said Super Tramps? There's a good reason for that, and I'm going to get into it. This Is Stora came out in 2011. And quite interestingly, it came out on Toby Sega's personal YouTube channel. It wasn't released on the Stora channel. At the time of this video, Stora was just a silly blog channel.
3, 2, 1, go!
Stora blog, don't use maths.
The plan for them was just to make 100 dumb episodes of them messing around, and that was it. This Is Stora was the moment that Stora said, right, we're serious. There are quite a few reasons why This Is Stora is such an iconic video. A lot of the parkour was shot on rooftops, which I think was one of the earliest seeds of roof culture, which led to Roof Culture and Roof Culture Asia, and arguably influenced the rest of the parkour world into training on rooftops and rooftoping in general. Much like Storm did in Storm Volume 1, This Is Stora made everyone want to be like Stora. Every video started to look gritty, was shot very shaky and cool with all these transitions. That, to be honest, if you were to rewatch This Is Stora now, you'd probably get a headache, but at the time it was very cool and people loved it. This video gave freerunners just more depth to the culture, like this gritty, hard, rugged style that Stora are very famous for. The reason I chose this over Roof Culture Asia or Stora Super Tramps was quite simple. Without This Is Stora, there would be no Stora. We did it. 10 videos, 10 most influential videos in the parkour world, in my opinion. I know for a fact I've missed out loads of videos, but I couldn't fit them all on it, and I really wanted to choose ones that I felt totally changed parkour. I'd be super keen to hear all the videos that you guys think I've missed, so make sure you comment them below. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you want to go further and support me on Patreon, I'll leave a link to that in the comments. Or you can also help support me by using my affiliate code on the Vite Ramen website. Peace!